Hi everyone. Welcome back to New West Reset. My name is Frankie. Hello. Today we're going to be checking out this big beauty here. Look up, look way up. This is the Knox United Church. It's a Protestant church, supposedly built in 1912 out of locally sourced sandstone. So stick around, be right back. Alright, so here we are. There's a big bus goes by. I'm sorry, this is a busy street. We are on the corner of 4th Street and 6th Avenue, southwest in the downtown core. Again, we're at the old Knox United Church, built, as you can see, well, it says it right there, AD 1912, so it's got to be true, right? I mean, the guy's got to just believe it. And there's an interesting little plaque there. I'll just hold it there for a sec if you want to pause that. I'm talking about the bell in the bell tower. That, from what I understand, is still there, although they don't ring it like that old Catholic church in my neighborhood that they still ring every day at noon and then 3 times on Sundays for Sunday service. But anyways, beautiful sandstone that has got this very neat sort of chiseled, textured effect to it. So not a rough hewn, but not the smooth either, although there's some elements of that, but sort of nice in between. And there's a few buildings here in the city built around this time period, supposedly, that have this nice little chiseled detail. It's quite nice. I think it helps also with the erosion. It helps to slow down the erosion a little bit, instead of having those big, huge chunks stick out of that rough hewn stone. Anyway, a few things I'm noticing right away here, aside from the lovely stained glass details that go all the way up in these little windows. But, oh hello, really low window there. Not quite below ground, but really low. And I know that snow and rain and water gets in there, probably drives them crazy. And of course you got to go up 11.4 million stairs to get up to this beautiful wooden door with the stained glass there, and then above the huge stained glass window that we saw at the opening of the video. Original light fixture supposedly that they retrofitted with the LED, but very nice. Got a couple plaques here. So again, I will. It's an Alberta provincial historic site, and then here's some of the backstory, propaganda. I'll try to get that in there, a full thing, so you can pause and have a look at that. Just noticed that the bolts, well, there's one missing here, but the bolts that they used to bolt this are shaped like an Alberta wild rose. I just noticed that. That's pretty cool. Of course, another thing that I'm suspicious of is the fact that, again, these stairs are not sandstone or anything else. It's this granite. So again, I want to say that perhaps added after the fact. I mean, I don't know for sure, but beautiful scroll work around there. The scrubbed medallion of cartouche in there, just left blank. Some nice sort of leaf work detail up in there. The brother or sister to that low window on the other side there is missing from here, but not sure if we can get down in here. Oh yeah, okay. Well, here's another door that's a different level than the main door. This you only got to go up 3 stairs. That one you got to go up 6, I think it was. It always strikes me as odd. Still a functioning church, so you still have your clergy that they park here and perform services. Oh, look at this. Got a couple of suspicious little guys shooting right down right here. These ones are below ground level. Not very far down, mind you, maybe, I don't know, 8 or 10 inches or so. Far enough down that they've had to put a drain down in there to try to get the moisture collected and away from this, but you can see the beautiful stonework on this, just gorgeous. And all of these windows, the camera's not going to pick it up very well because the adjacent skyscrapers are reflecting off the glass, but these are all beautiful stained glass windows all along here. This is the old part of the old courtyard. This is a modern building here, so we won't worry about that. But you can see down in there all of those low windows. They've had to put this retaining wall out away to try to sort of create a dam or a barricade to prevent the moisture and all the crap from getting in there. Funny little small window there, and again another door, and on another level. That one you only have to go up one step to get in. See? That's weird. So I don't know why. I mean, that one you probably just walk straight in. This one you have to go up. And I guess a lot of the churches, the floor slopes towards the, you know, where the preacher stands and gives his sermon, whatever they call that, the pulpit, or I don't know. I don't know church parts. I just think they're beautiful buildings. That's just a gorgeous detail there. Beautiful door, beautiful arches, gorgeous locally sourced sandstone. So this, the main entrance here that we were just looking at, this is the south-facing side here, right on 6th Avenue Southwest. This is the east-facing side. Now we'll zip around and take a look at the west side, so hang tough, I'll be right back. Alright, so we are in the west-facing side of the building now. Beautiful sunshine. You'll be able to see a lot here with the sunshine. Now you can get a good look at that huge tower. No spire, no pointy bit on the top of it, because, you know, it's a Protestant church, so they just would have knocked that off. No, that's it. You're not allowed to have the big, glorious, pointed spires on these. Nope. It's only for the Catholics and the LDS church, apparently. So yeah, they would have been circumcised. But anyway, I see a whole row of low windows here just shooting right down as well. About the same as on the east-facing side, 6 or 8 inches down. But very consistent, beautiful chisel mark stone work on this whole thing, like all the way around the building. Just absolutely gorgeous with these massive stained glass windows. Man, this is one of the most beautiful churches here in the city. They've boarded in what looks like a low window there. Now, this here, I'm not sure if this was originally built at the same time as the rest of the church or if it was added on later. There's no additional information on this at all with a different date on it. But you can see here, this doorway is right at ground level. And after that low window there aren't any other low windows along this face of the building, I don't think. Oh yeah, there is. I lied. There it is right there. I see you. Peekaboo. But we'll continue around and have a look here. But Vincent's with me again today, and we were looking at this and we were figuring that some of the stain here and discoloration here sort of matches a lot of the other stain that's going on in the main part of the building. So perhaps built roughly the same time? It's hard to say because these windows are rectangular. They don't have that fancy pointed arch like these ones do. So I don't know if this was maybe where the preacher lived at one point, or it's the rectory, or again, I don't know church, the names of different church components, but yeah, you can see some low windows down here. They've had to put a grate in there too. You can see how this sandstone goes down underneath this concrete a bit, and they've had to try to do some repair work here by filling in that gap because it's starting to erode here a bit. And again, it's that same old problem. In fact, here you can see where they've added in, it looks like granite blocks here because the sandstone is eroding so quickly there. So yeah, they've had to come through here and carve out the sandstone and add in that, you know, that sort of beefier, sort of tougher granite as opposed to sandstone. These are quite low too, not as low, but a lot of the detail looks very similar. So this one I don't know. When I get home, I'll have to have a little bit more of a look online and see, but we'll continue to make our way around because all of this chiseling looks the same, and then this smooth sandstone here looks the same as the main portion of the building. So, but I'm going to whip around here to the backside and see what I can see as well. So I'll be back in one sec. Just hang tough. Okay, yeah, so this is a more modern portion of the church they've added onto, and then they've sort of connected the older portion with this newer portion with this sort of atrium. But yeah, there's another low guy there. So there used to be an alleyway here separating 6th Avenue from 5th Avenue in the two buildings, but because this is all one complex, it's no longer an alleyway, unfortunately, so it's all been filled in. But I don't know, I want to say that this is a little bit newer than the main body of the original church that they say was built in 1912, but not much newer, because it looks just, or I would say just as aged, if not exactly the same time period, very close, maybe within 10-20 years, because again the windows are rectangular, they're squared off as opposed to those arched, like pointed arched windows. But it's definitely a beautiful old church. I'm going to swing back around the front face one last time, give you another big sort of nice wide shot of a bell tower and everything, and then I think that's going to do it here for today. So stick with me, I'll be back in one moment. Alright, so we're back. So now I'm just across the street so we can get a nice big huge wide shot of that big huge tall tower, which I suspect at one time did have a pointed spire with more doohickeys on it that may have been knocked off at some point, because again, you know, it's a Protestant church, so you know they can't have the extra fancy stuff, but it's still a beautiful building. The bells, from what I understand, the bell is still in there, but I think maybe this is tall enough where it may have been an old wind catcher, part of the old air exchange system, perhaps, because that's up there. I mean, how tall would you say that is, Vincent? Yeah, my buddy Vincent with me again today on this one. 60 feet? 70 feet tall?
Yeah, sure, 60. 50.
It's pretty high up. High enough for, I think, it would catch some of the air. You know, if it was only like 30 feet up, maybe not. But anyway, yeah, it's a beautiful old church. I'm glad it's still here. I'm glad it's still in use, and I'm glad it's very heavily maintained. They do a lot to try to keep it in good working condition, so it's great. So yeah, there you go. I think that's going to seal the deal here today. Once again, a New West reset for the old Knox United Church. And once again, I'm on the corner of 6th Avenue and 4th Street, I think. Where am I? 4th Street? Yeah, 6th Avenue and 4th Street, southwest, in the downtown core of Calgary. So until the next one, have a good one. All right, take care. Cheers.